Hello, everybody. Okay, so I said I was gonna be breaking in my Instapot, finally, and I just keeping it 100. Okay, earlier I was getting a little frustrated because I was trying to read the manual and it was just kind of like all this information and like you know what? I'm a visual learner, so I like seeing it done like in front of me, so I can kind of like say, okay, I get it or whatever. It just usually works out better that way for me. Um, but so okay, and disclaimer: excuse this junk in the back. This, like I say, I'm a guest here, so this is not how I roll. But anyway, so just excuse it. It's just a lot of clutter right here. Okay, so I moved to Instapot where I had the crock pot because I just wanted it some more room, and I wanted it to be on a more even surface. Because originally I was gonna have it where I had my air fryer at, but that's smaller, so that works over there. But this is a little bigger, so I turned it on and everything. I found this amazing video on YouTube where the lady was just going through. She basically just baby stepped it. Like she was like, this is what this is for, this is what that's for. Like she explained why we have this. This is the backup I want to call it gasket thingy, like you get in water bottles. They have one that comes inside the lid. This is for when this one gets bad or something like that. You have also you have a thing where she said if you wanted to do hard-boiled eggs or bake things, this kind of you put this into your Instapot inner thing. And hold on, just checking something. And this just helps it where if you want to steam or something and you don't want everything kind of hitting the water in the bottom, you put that in first. And then on your lid you have this is where the steam comes out, and this is when this thing releases, that means it's gonna come out. It's ready to come out. And then this is the vent thing. That's the thing with some of the videos, they have the older model, but things are just kind of changed on the top. It's a seal and vent, and it's just a switch now, and it switches right into place when you put the lid on. I was kind of fighting with this thing earlier because sometimes it's easy for me to put the lid on, and other times I'm like, what? Okay, you make it sure it's aligned. That's the thing. And then I have to take it off again when I put the actual stuff in. Okay, wait. So you put it on. Let's see, is this right? Okay. Make sure it's aligned up. I don't know if I have it too. Do I have this in right? Okay, this is the front. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm still learning. Okay. So there. Then it says off, which I read means it's ready. That means it's ready for you to give it whatever command you want to press. I'm going to be making some jasmine rice in this. I'm going to just do 1 cup this time just to test it out because, this is my first time. I do make rice on the stove and I do know how to do it, obviously, with a rice cooker. But this will be my first time doing it in this machine, and I found a recipe online because different rices require a little bit of differences. So I found the one for jasmine rice. 4 minutes pressure cooking, and then 10 minutes release. So I rinsed my rice. Well, I don't want this to fall over. I rinsed my rice. So all I did here was, this is just a cup of rice here. But before I put that in, I'm going to spray a little bit of cooking spray. I usually don't do my butter and stuff and all that other stuff until after I'm done. But I don't see a problem doing it that way. So I'm probably going to try that. But I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now. Maybe I want to do it. I'm thinking just the right way first, or the conventional way, which is like water and then, I'm trying to think. Because I have this chicken stock right here. You know what? Let me just put this in first. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 cup of rinsed jasmine rice in here. Trying to decide, you guys, which I do. You know what? I'll just do it with this. It's weird. I usually don't use chicken stock in my rice, though. I just usually do it with water. This is like my last thing of this stuff. Okay. 1 cup of chicken stock. I have an amazing fried rice recipe that I got off Instagram. This one lady posted it. It's a game changer. I use shrimp in mine. I got shrimp at Winco. Like $10 worth. Okay. Should I put the butter? I'll just put a little bit of butter. I don't typically do it this way, so I'm scared that it F's up. That's why I'm just using 1 cup of water. Or 1 cup of rice. Because if that gets destroyed, then okay, I still have a little bit left. I'm just trying to be like, because I'm going to have to make a little more anyway. Whether this one does good or not. Well, this is not even what I need to use for butter, but just for this demonstration I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it like this. Do it how they were saying. Because a few times I used better than bouillon, but I didn't mix it. And so, I didn't mix it, so it would be like at the bottom of my rice cooker, just like still in its concentrated, form, and it's like, oh. Okay. I hope that's enough water. Should I put a little drop more? Because I read years ago that, I'll just put a little bit more. You gotta account for, when you're straining the rice, how much, that once you rinse rice, there's water in the particles now, so that adds to it, and it could be really mushy if you don't strain it really good. So, okay, guys. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Okay, so I'm gonna put the lid on. And I'm going to press pressure cook. And put it down to 4 minutes. And then start. And it's preheating now. And the lady said, at first, it doesn't, she said it doesn't, when you put the 4 minutes, and then you put whatever cooking time, it doesn't account, when people put that in their blogs or their stories or whatever, they aren't accounting for, the process of the preheating and all that. So it may not really be, it's not going to be 4 minutes right now, because it's going to be like, we're waiting for it to start. In fact, let me show you guys. Okay, so see how this is on, and it's preheating. So then, I'm assuming after it's done preheating, it's going to start cooking. And then, after it's done cooking, after it's done preheating, the 4 minute timer will start. And once that starts, then you release the, you press the vent, you move it down and release it, and then all the steam comes out of here. And then this thing will pop up first, then all the steam will come up out of here. So, yeah. So we're gonna see how that goes. So you guys, while that's doing that, hold on. So, I actually was, oh, let me move this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so, I actually was sleeping for most of the day after I got back. I went to, after work, I went to Winco. Well, first, let me tell you guys about work. Okay, so, I was in the break room, right? Because I was waiting because I was there early because the train, I got there to Rialto around, I want to say 11ish. And it was funny because the senior asked him, he saw me, and then he's like, hey, he's like, where you been? Blah blah blah. Like, he always says something when he sees me, and I was like, oh my god, the guy, hey, like this and that. And so it's funny because I was still thinking, why are we here when were giving out VTO on the text? But I just was like, I digress. So okay, I'm sitting there, right? And so after that, it was the people who were already there at their lunch, because that's when I started at 1:30. So the people, I guess, go to lunch. We go to lunch on nights at 12:45. So I went outside and we were talking to the people. They were all shocked I was there, and I don't know if they were throwing shade or what. Cause like I haven't, wasn't really there in November, December-ish. I had like quite a few times I wasn't there. But and then they were just shocked because I'm not usually there on Monday. But so yeah, I was talking to them, and then what else? Oh, and then this one guy, I was teasing him because he has a I don't know the name brand of the car. I don't know what it's called, but it's really small. And he was telling me what car he wants to get. But I was saying, hey, there's someone in the parking lot that's going to give you a run who's competing with your car because the other person has a black version of the same car. It's you guys, what are they called? Not a Mini Coupe, but it's like, all I know is he has to charge it. But I think it's because it's like it's the battery ones. But I forget what they're called, but it's tiny. Mom, what if you go to like Costco or somewhere? How do you get groceries home? And that's and he's like, what do you mean? I put like 6 bags in there, like, I'm just like I was cracking up because he was like dead ass. Like, he was like, I mean, and because we were laughing one day because he was telling us how he was gonna drive up to what is that place up north? I don't know, but my parents took us when we were young to Redwood. No. Okay. We went to Monterey, went to Pebble Beach and all that. That was a fun vacation. I'll never forget that. And I was scared because my mom, she was driving. Because when you go up the coast, I think, there's like 2 ways you can get up to north, like up north. You could just take the freeway or whatever, or you could take this like scenic route. But it's like these twisty roads and stuff on these but you get like all these views of the water and everything. It's really nice. But when you're like a freaking chicken like me, I was so scared. Like, no, I don't want to go this way. But my mom drove that coastal route way. And, so then there's a place, I forget what it's called, you guys, but my friend Lorna, shout out Lorna, she's one of those types that's into like the outdoors camping type thing, right? So she went there, her and her boyfriend went there. And like I think you camp and all that. And it's where they have the big trees, those tall trees at, and I forget what it's called. But they took us there and everything, and I hear that thing, you guys, I'm getting scared. So, anyway, so he was not saying how he was gonna take a trip up there, and I'm thinking, and he was saying him and somebody else. I don't know if it was his kid or his baby mama or what, but he was like, and I'm just thinking, okay, I know he getting a rental because, okay, you got suitcases, you got, it's a trip, right? I was like being so, I'm like, cause I'm just more like, I look at the big picture of it, like I'm like, he's not buy me a cute car, but it's not gonna do what I needed to do. It does from getting you A to B, but it don't really. I mean, if you want to do what he wants to do, like travel and all that, driving around, going east to west, north to, you have to have at least a freaking like Corolla or something. You have to have like a. Oh my God, he's gonna start cooking! Ah! You guys, I'm excited because my last thing didn't even get to cooking. The thing freaking said I had it on the wrong setting. And it wouldn't do it, and it had the error code. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. Okay, anyway. Oh, you guys. Okay, so anyway, so I was talking to him and everything, and then we had to go in, and I didn't have to clock in yet, but I was like, let me just walk back there, and I'll clock in the back. And I'm walking in the building, and I don't know where my badge is. I'm like, oh my God, where's my badge? So I'm digging through my purse, everything. And I was like, the last time I had it was when I was sitting out talking to that guy. And I went back out there and there it was on the ground. I was like, oh my God, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with having to get another key for my problem solving thing. I don't want to deal with all that attitude from the IT people. Like, I was like, I can't lose that badge. But I thought I had thrown it away. So I went looking in the trash, everything. But luckily I found it. So I was walking back, and last night I did robot. Yeah, the robot things. And I was like, oh great, because I know every time I work that now, it's always like it's just, I guess I'm used to like not doing it all the time right like anymore. So it's kind of like my body's just like shocked. Like it's just like, oh, So but it was nice. It ended up being really like low key. There was like some busyness, but then it like so. And my favorite PA was there, and so all that was good. Then I went to Winco after work, and and for once I almost finished this thing. That's how much I was running around last night or this morning. I keep thinking night, but it was in the morning for me. And it was funny, you guys. Somebody was like, okay, so I told my friend, because we were going back and forth. You know how it is when it gets busy, right? I was like, oh my God, what a long night. And she gave me this look like, B, you've been here 2 hours. I was like, oops, that's right. I was like, oh, this has been a long night. And it was literally only but it did feel like it dragged a bit, you guys. Like, because not drag, but it just didn't feel like it went by as fast as I expected. I think because I don't know. Maybe because it wasn't my usual nights that I'm there. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I felt like I felt like it was like, oh, is a break yet? Like, looking on the thing. But the only thing about front half though, you guys, if I move to front half, like freak, like what's his name's always around, one of the managers. I'm like, you gotta act like you working and stuff. Kidding. I told him, I was like, if I move to front half, you're gonna see me all the time now. And he's like, yes. And I was like, I don't know if he's being sarcastic or what. It's funny. But anyway, you guys. So yeah, I get to Winco, and I spend more than I wanted to, but I needed it because I'm like I said, I'm eating more at home. I'm cooking more. So I looked at it that I'm saving money eating out. Because if I had like most of that time, if I had in the past, I would blow like too much money at the store and still eat fast food, still be out like not even, Oh, I have to turn on the vent thing. You guys, oh my God. I'll be right back. I'm so happy it did it this time. I thought I broke it the last time. Okay. Now I don't know how the rice is gonna come out, so that's just the part where you release the steam, and then once that's done, then you can open the lid. And I don't think it lets you even try to open it. When I was trying to open it earlier, when I hadn't released the steam, it wouldn't even you know do it. So maybe that's the safety thing. But I don't know. I can't remember how the old school other one pressure cookers work. So, but yeah, I look at it like that, because I'm gonna be making this. This is gonna be lunch and stuff too. Ooh, it's ready, but it's still saying I can't. I don't know if I can open it yet. I gotta wait. We'll see, you guys. But it's on. I can't even see from here. Keep warm. It's on keep warm. So wait, I'm gonna open it up, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video off real quick and check it out, see how it came out. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If it bombed, it bombed. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, it came out perfect. To tell you the truth, it's a learning curve or learning thing with me right now. So, that's why I did rice first, because I was like, if I can't do rice in it, then I'm not gonna put no other more expensive things in it. But anyway, while that's doing that, yeah, so at Winco, you guys, but the only thing is I don't like about going after work is that everything's not open, like as far as the deli had only a few things out. The butcher area where they have the shrimps that I was getting, that wasn't out yet. Like they don't open till 9ish. And the place where the hot deli where the chicken and all that opens, they put that stuff out like around 10 or 10:30. So that's the only problem. Like that day I went in the afternoonish, that's the best time to go. But for that, but if you're just getting groceries, then you could go at that time. Nobody, it was so good because the last time I went, yeah, it was Christmas Eve, right? So it was busy for that time of morning. But today it was like hardly anybody in there. I had like whole aisles to myself here and there. So, but yeah, I'm cooking more at home. So some things it does cost a little more to get, that. Because if I had done that, like I said, wasting money at Walmart and all that, plus still getting food out, like I didn't have any control of my spending with that. So this is helping me control it better. So yeah, but, and I had my list too. That's why I'm like, I still don't understand why it was the total it was. But, and then there was some things that I didn't plan to get, but they weren't necessarily impulse buys, but they weren't things that I was like, oh, this is on my list. So obviously that means they weren't that important. And if I hadn't gone myself, like if I had Instacart do it, then I wouldn't have got them, But I don't know. Ooh, that smells like it's done. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna check it out. I'll be right back with the results. All right, back.